What is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hamstang, and today we have one of the phone here that I've actually been waiting to arrive here in Malaysia for quite some time since it was first launched. And over here we have the Honor 50, and this is the first ever Honor / Huawei phone to have a Google apps over here right off the box. You don't have to sideload it, you don't have to get people to install the Google Play Store over here on this phone. This one here is the first one in a few years that actually has come out with Google right out of the box here, which I'm super excited to check out. And of course, let me see if it's good to recommend. So in today, what we're going to do is of course go through the key specs and features over here and let you know why this phone is a very good buy. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, so let's start off with the unboxing over here, and I like what Honor is doing over here, seeing that in 2021 a lot of people are actually just giving you a lot more less stuff. But over here, other than the phone that we are going to check out in a little bit, what you get here of course is a nice free phone case right off the box, a nice simple silicone case. I'm not complaining, I mean it's quite hard to find cases like this nowadays. And of course it's always nice to get a free phone case over here to protect your phone when you do get it before you kind of order a new phone. Over here we have a nice charger brick over here, and as we can see 66 watts of charging over here. And of course Huawei has always been one of the first few brands to come out with ridiculous charging over here. And yes, we have the cable all set to ready and go. And what I do like about here is that they are actually giving you a pair of wired earphones over here. This is the Type-C one over here. There's no audio jack over here. And yes, let's check out the phone over here. This is the Emerald Green edition. And look at this, this is really nice design, very premium I would say. I think it is plastic over here in the back, and of course you have a nice camera layout. Let me set up this phone and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so here we have the phone, the Honor 50, and yes, I did check online over here because it wasn't really clarified, but yes, it's using a plastic on the back over here. But yes, it does still look very good, very premium indeed. Of course you have your quad camera setup over here, which is pretty interesting, which we are going to check out in a little bit. Going on to the sides over here, you do have your volume rockers, you do have your power button over here. On the bottom, you do have a down-firing speaker, only a single down-firing speaker, which is a bit of one of the biggest bummer for me over here with the Honor 50. You have your USB-C for charging, your SIM card tray slot. Over here, it's very clean. And of course, as we can see over here, it does have a curved display, which of course is a little bit quite interesting at this price point because it is quite hard to actually get a curved display if you guys are into a lot of curved displays. To be honest, I don't really like curved displays because you get a lot of accidental touches, and yeah, you're gonna get a lot of stuff over here. It's quite aggressive, I would say, and it does remind me a lot of the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, which was quite aggressive with the curve on the sides. And of course you do have your camera cutout over here, which for me, to be honest, does look pretty big. Over here on the top, you do have a bit of bezels on the top and bottom, but overall in terms of build and design, looking really good. Alright, so now let's go on to the display over here. So the Honor 50 does come with an OLED 1 billion color 6.57-inch display, and in terms of the refresh rate, it can go up all the way to 120 Hz. And what I did notice is that if you go to the settings over here in terms of the refresh rate, it does have a sort of a adaptive refresh rate here, which you can toggle on and off. So yes, it kind of does help you to save battery in that department. In terms of the colors, in terms of the refresh rate, in terms of the sharpness, contrast, that, I gotta say, with the Honor 50, it is looking really good and really sharp. So I am really impressed over here. And of course, in terms of watching content over here, I think it's really good. Alright, so now let's go on to the speaker side of things over here. And I think this is one of the most disappointing part of the Honor 50. Over here, we do not have any stereo speaker setup. We only have a down-firing speaker over here. On the top, it's empty. So let's go listen some stuff. Alright, so yes, to be honest, the speakers are not the great. It's not the loudest, I would say. Even I think the Realme GT Master Edition with that single firing speaker was louder than this. This is pretty disappointing over here on the Honor 50. Alright, so now let's go on to the battery and charging side of things. So over here with the Honor 50, it does come with a 4300 milliamps of battery, which isn't the best, I would say, but I do know that with Huawei phones and Huawei products, their battery do tend to last very, very long. And of course, if you want to top up over here, we have the 66 watts of fast charging over here, which of course is just absolutely insane. In advertisement, you can actually charge up from 0 all the way to 70% in just 20 minutes. And of course, if you want to charge it all the way to full, I think that's about 30 minutes, which of course is a really good thing. Alright, so the Honor 50 does start off at about $1699 for the base storage model, and of course if you want the high spec model, I did purchase this for about 2,000 ringgit Malaysia. Alright, so now let's go on to the software side of things. So the Honor 50 does come with your Magic UI 4.2. Of course, I am quite used to using Huawei phones last time, and I really do find it very similar to your EMUI. You have your navigation dock button over here, which you can use for many kind of functions, and of course in terms of customization, personalization, you can do a lot of stuff over here as well. You can of course change your refresh rate, you can change your smart resolution, and of course I think if you go on to the home screen over here, you have your always on display, you have your magazine unlocked with, you know, those crazy wallpaper kind of stuff. You can change your icons as well, you can change your home screen style. So yes, a lot of stuff that does come with your Magic UI over here. I almost said EMUI. Of course, if you want to go crazy over here, this one here does provide that. Alright, so now let's go on to the performance side of things over here, the internal specs. So over here you do have your Snapdragon 778, which of course is a really good chipset over here. It's a high-end mid-range chipset, of course, which is really good. And in terms of the scores over here, this is what you're going to get in terms of Geekbench scores. Of course, in terms of performance, you're not going to notice much of a difference if you're using an older phone. To be honest, I think in terms of just daily usage, it has already been really good. I already had the A52s, which of course I really did enjoy. Of course, I'll be doing a comparison video with that as well. In terms of the RAM management as well, you do have the 6 or 8 gigs RAM variant, and in terms of storage, you can either get the 128 or 256 gigs of storage, and there is no micro SD expansion. Alright, and also the Honor 50 does come with your fingerprint unlock over here. So if you just click over here, as you can see, face unlock works really fast. And if I just kind of move away to the side, as you can see, face unlock in terms of fingerprint unlock works really fast. Alright, so now let's go on to the last part over here, which are the cameras. So in terms of the selfie shooter over here, we do have a 32 megapixel f2.2 sensor, which can record up to 1080p at 30 fps. Of course, if we go on to the back camera over here, it does have a quad camera setup. Very unique, I would say, over here. Very interesting. And of course, it does have your main sensor over here, 108 megapixel with dual autofocus f1.9. It does have a 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide and two 2 megapixel f2.4 cameras, one for your macro and one for your depth cameras. So I'm going to take some shots over here and we're going to see how good are those cameras. So that is it with the Honor 50, and of course I'm quite impressed with this phone. And of course the main thing over here is that finally it does have your Google services, which of course is something that I really cannot live without. So yes, do stay tuned to this channel as I'll be doing a lot of videos with the Honor 50. So yes, do click the like and smash the subscribe button down below for more videos in the future. Do also follow me on my social as well on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also here on YouTube at Dr. Hammerstack. So that is it. This is Dr. Hammerstack. Stay safe, take care, and wash those hands.